Hey, it's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach, and it's Real Talk Tuesday. Well, Father's Day is Sunday. So over the next several days, I want to make that kind of our focus. But I'm going to be very transparent, vulnerable during this time, really share my heart, some things about me that maybe you did not know. But the reason I do this is because I believe there's someone out there that can relate and they need to hear this message. I'll tell you right now, we underestimate the role of a father in our life, or us as a father in the life of our young people. You know, there's a book by John Eldredge, and it is titled Fathered by God. And there's another one too, but this one I really love, and it's titled Learning What Your Dad Could Never Teach You. And I want to read the back of it. There is a path leading to authentic manhood, cut by men who have gone before us. Sons following in the footsteps of their fathers, generation after generation. There's perils along the trail, even disasters. All the more reason to rely on the guidance of a father who has gone before us. But in an age when true fathers are in short supply, how do you find the path to manhood? How do you steer clear of the dangers? This book calls men back to a simple, reassuring truth. God is our Father in life's trials and triumphs. God is initiating boys and men through the stages of manhood, from beloved son to cowboy to warrior to lover to king of sage. Fathered by God maps out the path of manhood. Okay, I really encourage you to get this book. But let's go to the basics of this. It talks about fathers in short supply, real fathers. If you're a father and you have children, how much time do you invest in learning to be the best father you can? Have you ever taken a class? Have you ever read about it, or do you just wing it, if you would? Do you just fake it until you make it? And then you look back and say, man, I made a lot of mistakes. Now, that was me. I thought I knew what it was like to be a good father, but I was a coach before a father. It wasn't until rock bottom that I realized what that looked like, what my kids really needed. You know, even talking about generation to generation, there are things I struggle with today big time that maybe you never would know, but it stems from my childhood. Very insecure about relationships and then love. Because when I was little, my mom would say, son, I love you, but the way that we were treated, it made you wonder, what does love look like anyway? Because there was a lot of verbal abuse, emotional, etc. And so it made you wonder, it's like, how can that be love, in all honesty? You know, and it's so easy to tell someone, man, hey, I love you. But there comes a point, man, that love is a choice and an action. That many kids will say this: my dad always said he loved me, but he was never there. He just was never there in my life. Or my father never said that he loved me. And so during this process, we grow up very insecure about certain things in our life. Me, insecurity about relationships and the concept of love, and to feel that you're worthy. Where does that worthiness come from? It starts as the foundation of your childhood. When you begin to realize who you are, who God says that you are, that right there encircles, develops, builds, molds to realize what is love, what does love look like, what is love to God. Simple fact, God is love. But this is way too important for you just to be winging it, faking it if you make it. You know, I look at young ladies, for example, that they have what we call that father wound. Their entire life, they're always looking for some father or a father role to fill that void they had when they were younger. And so even when they get married and they grow older, they have only been modeled one way of doing things. And so how? Based on their childhood. That is the foundation of your future, what you go through as a child. So a lot of times we need to work through those things because it becomes toxic in your relationships now. And you have to sort through that. We call it healing, if you would. A father wound is now a ministry that John Finch does, a good buddy of mine. and his ministry is called The Perfect Father. The Father Effect is a movie, a documentary that was made by John, and it really looks back at understanding the importance of a father in our life. My question today is this: do you have a father wound? Is there something you need to deal with? What does love look like to you? Are you able to receive love, and are you able to give love the way God intended? I can't answer these for you. Again, I'm telling you, these things I really struggle with as far as worthiness of love, even at 48 years old, that stemmed from my childhood. It's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's been Real Talk Tuesday. Have a great day.